welcome to Labor Lens, where we bring to you updates information in the world of work and pay. I am Sharon Ijason. This week we are going to continue on the series on the plight of workers in Kaduna State, with special focus on the 4,000 local government workers who lost their job recently. But before we continue, let's take the news. We will be right back.
The Kaduna State chapter of the Nigerian Union of Teachers (NUT) has called off the indefinite strike action it embarked upon on the 8th of January 2018 over the sack of about 22,000 teachers by the state government. Teachers in the state had embarked on the strike action to express their grievances over the sack of 21,780 teachers who were said to have failed a primary 4 exam conducted to test their competency by the state government. The 10-day strike had grounded academic activities in public primary and secondary schools in the state as students were stopped from going to school, while the union also barred teachers from teaching. The state governor, Malam Nasser El-Rufai, had announced a second chance for teachers who failed the competency test to reapply under the State Universal Basic Education Board (SUBE) program of continuous recruitment. While the state wing executive of NUT commended the decision of the governor, it assured of improved service delivery in the state public schools.
The state government, after a meeting with the interim chairman and education secretaries of the 23 local governments, has decided to give the 21,780 teachers who did not pass the recent competency test another opportunity for consideration under the State Universal Basic Education Board (SUBEB). In the light of the above, SWEC resolved to incorporate the gesture of the Kaduna State government by reciprocate the gesture of the Kaduna State government by calling off with immediate effect the indefinite strike action embarked upon by teachers in the public primary and secondary school in Kaduna State.
The civil society group and also the Nigerian Labour Group held a meeting in Lagos to restate the need for workers and citizens to come together and fight against the proposed planned increase in electricity tariff. The increase, according to stakeholders in the power sector, will be 60.5%. Convener of the meeting, Toluwa Debi, insists that the workers and Nigerians will hold series of mass protests and other stiff measures to ensure the increase in electricity tariff does not occur. They also called on government to ensure that there are sufficient prepaid meters in the country to curb the trend of estimated billings.
The plan 61.5 tariff hike electricity is totally unacceptable to Nigerians because it's largely unaffordable. That is one. Amidst this tangled web of biting economic recession, it is totally unaffordable. Most Nigerian electricity consumers, they have not been metered. Contrary to the MOU between federal government and the private sector, when the privatization took effect on 1st November 2013, there is this MOU that within 18 months of taking off, that all consumers must be metered. Till now, most Nigerian electricity consumers, they are yet to be metered.
It's high time we stop this incessant increment in tariff. In fact, as a matter of fact, they have stated that they are going to be doing that every year. A minor once every 6 months, biannually, then major once every year. And we suspect that very soon, the vast majority won't be able to afford electricity any longer. And that's where they are taking us to. Perhaps because they know they don't have electricity for everybody. So they want to limit electricity to those who can pay exorbitantly.
Kaduna is the state capital of Kaduna State in northwestern Nigeria. It is a major commercial center and a strategic transportation hub for the surrounding agrarian cities with its rail and road networks. The 2006 Nigerian census puts its population figure at 760,000. Rapid urbanization over the past years has boosted its population, and now it is estimated to be above 1.3 million. The state was once known for a vibrant textile factories, but things have changed badly. It is now almost mainly a civil service state. During my stay in Kaduna, residents and workers had mixed feelings about the government of the state, especially when it comes to issues of their welfare. In 2 previous episodes on Labor Lens, we analyzed the issue of the sack of more than 22,000 teachers and other civil servants in the state. On November 28, 2017, the Kaduna State Government, through the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, announced the disengagement of more than 4,000 local government staff across the 23 local government areas of the state.
The exercise is nothing other than corrective measures to position or to reposition the local governments to serve the people better. Only Bunungwari local government is healthy. All other local governments need one intervention or the other to remain afloat. So as far as government is concerned, government has really fulfilled that at least obligation.
When I visited a local government council in Kaduna State, workers who were either sacked or retired were seen loitering about the secretariat. I asked Ahmed Sani, who according to many is hardworking. The 37-year-old tells me how he is faring as he described himself as a young retiree.
I've been working for 21 years now. So I've been retired by the executive governor of the state. So I'm a young retiree now. The most problem I have in this exercise was we don't know the parameter this governor have used based on the selection that he made, because we still have some time to do more based on our executive functions, but he retired us, so we don't know why. We don't know why. The most important thing is the parameter. Which parameter did he use? If, for instance, he used parameter of cut-off score mark on the education sector, education side. So we, the local government workers, we don't know the parameter he used, because they have sacked the qualified people. The unqualified people are fully remain in the local government system now. So we don't know how much he will get to do it at the near future time.
When I interviewed other sacked local government workers, they claimed they were unduly sacked as relevant labor laws guiding redundancy were not observed before the state government carried out the mass sack. They claimed after working for about 10 years, they went home without any gratuity or any dime paid.
This His Excellency brought a circular that he only needs 235 people that are going to work in the Secretariat, which are also affected. We have been given our retirement letter. We don't know anything. My time for retirement is not due. I was given a composite retirement. I was not given enough money. The basic salary, my salary, I supposed to collect 31,000 naira. Now I was posted, my money has been posted into bank. It's 20,000 for the 3 months. That is 60,000. How will I start business with this? How will I start? Where will I start? I don't have any other things that I know right from when I started my working. This is what I know.
Many of the retired or sacked local government workers here want a redress of their termination of appointment, as the times are hard and there are no jobs for them to do now.
To me, I don't see you there. I don't see them going anywhere, because in the Kaduna State now, in terms of Kaduna State, if you go to all this southern Kaduna, we used to know southern Kaduna as a very industrial area. If you go there, you see all these textiles, so many companies, Nest company, all these fertilizer, so many companies. Even then, as of back 2000, if you go to that area, if you don't even have any job, you can go there and do some casual work. There you make your daily money. But now, Kaduna that we know there is not Kaduna that we know now. So those people that are sacked now, one, they are not into business. If it's you are sacking them, they are not into business, they are not to handwork. What they do is this work, and they are used to that salary. So to me, it's like killing them totally. And those kind of people now, after sacking them, because they said an Iduma is a devil workshop. So if they see another means, maybe by carrying arms or anything, they will do it because they don't have any means to make money. And most of them have families to cater for. They have people that are depending on them. They are like transformers to other people. They draw life for some people. Because one way or the other, when they collect their salary, maybe one of their family members will be depending one way or the other on them. So I don't see, it's not the right thing for now.
Sacking of 21,817 teachers in Kaduna, that is not the way. It's going to affect a lot of people. It's going to affect a lot of children and family. It's going to affect a lot of parents. By sacking those people, that's a lot of people. What do you expect them to go and do? That is the profession. Because in teacher, if you are a teacher, you have the professor, you don't have anything. So those are the people that if you sack them, a lot of people then will be suffering. A lot of people will continue suffering. Out of one teacher, he may have 4 children, training them. What do you expect him to do? So I don't advise the government. There should be another way around that he can do to teacher, not sacking, because it's going to affect a lot of people.
I personally will support any local government reform if that's the best thing. If they are overstaffed, because I was meant to understand that most of the local governments cannot pay their staff, despite the fact that government still remits 10% of the internally generated revenue to the local government, coupled with what is coming from the federal allocation. They could not steam it up. So I think they should go ahead and rationalize the staff at the local government.